Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Good morning, class. This is your captain, John Regan, sitting in for Vincent. He's doing just fine. Being a farmer, he has a lot of chores to do on the farm, getting things ready for winter. He's got to make sure that the animals are protected. And with all the storms they've had there, he has to repair fences and take care of where roads washed out. And, there's so much to do, so little time. And especially when it's so darn hot out there, it's better to get most of that work done in the morning. So I got that call. Hey, John. Only this time it wasn't about hay. It was about these other necessities of farm life. And I said, sure, I'll take over and help you out. And, it's, I think what we do here is so important that we should try to give you the best shows, new information that we can, rather than let you have a repeat like a lot of shows do during vacation time or downtime for the host. So that being said, there is a meetup on Monday at Jimmy's Egg. I do not know the topic, so keep watching USAPrepares.com. That's USAPREPARES.com for more information. With us for the first hour today, we have Silent Night. Good morning, Silent Night.
Greetings. And how is John Regan today?
I'm doing good. And I guess, for new members in the class, how about doing a thumbnail sketch about the Underground Railroad and what you do?
Okay. Many years ago, my family we had to escape. We had a daughter that was kidnapped, and I had to put my children on the Underground Railroad, which at that time I didn't even know existed. But it appeared, which is fascinating to see how that happened. But my two sons at the time were on the Underground Railroad for about 9 weeks, and we won our case in court, which, this is almost 30 years ago when it was possible to win. And since that time, I saw the need that there was a lot of other people's children who were getting kidnapped also from the DHS or CPS. And so my family and I, or my wife and I at first, we started getting a hold of these people that we knew were going to get the children taken away, and we got a hold of them and said, listen, there's a different way to do this. You can get on the Underground Railroad, your children and you can disappear, and then everyone will be safe. And we did that for 19 years, and then we had a situation where a friend of mine was murdered, and we were compromised, so we couldn't take any packages, as we call them, on the Underground Railroad. And for about 3 years, we couldn't take anybody. And then it started up again, and it's not just us. I mean, it's all over the country. Just people like the listeners that want to help or have already been burnt or had their children kidnapped. And so that's how it started. And then I started writing a book. The DHS came to the house and said, we want to see your children. And I thought, boy, we have got an excellent chance here of adding another chapter to the book. and it was a chapter, but within 23 minutes, my family was on the Underground Railroad. They were gone, and the judge couldn't do anything. The DHS, which they call it in our state, couldn't do anything, and so we won the case again. But it's sad because a lot of people don't win their cases, so we're still out there to help them.
Yeah, the government thinks they own everybody nowadays.
Well, if we give them permission to, they do.
Let me go ahead and give out the call-in number. That's 1-866-582-9933, in case you have any questions for Silent Night. So, where did you want to go today?
Recently, I found out something that was enlightening but very disturbing. One thing that I have known for years is that molested children have a tendency to become gay, a real high tendency. And so the tendency for people to become gay when they're molested is higher if they're in foster care. And it's, in my estimation, it's about 65% of the children that go in foster care for an 18-year period are generally molested. 4% die, and 7% disappear. They just walk away, or they die and nobody knows what happened to them. They get buried someplace. And so if the gays can get all of these children kidnapped, and if foster care will molest them, then they have increased their party members, you might say, or their religion. 314,000 children were kidnapped last year by the government, or the corporation, however you want to say that. And if 65% of them are molested, that means there's 205,000 new gays every year. And that's only one of the ways that the gay community adds to their numbers. The other one are colleges, even Christian colleges. There's a lot of young students that are pressuring into trying new things, and ultimately they become gay because they're not old enough or strong enough or wise enough to say no.
And it's actually a multi-pronged attack. It's not just the molestation. We're having to deal with chemicals in the environment that are estrogen mimickers. There's also other health issues. And I'll give reference. Dr. Brower did an interview, a special Saturday show on Hagman and Hagman a couple of weeks ago that talked about connection of GCMAF with many of these doctors that have been killed recently. And as it turns out, from his research, is that with these vaccinations, which, and now in California, it's forced vaccinations for every child, no exemptions whatsoever, no opt-out. It doesn't matter what you believe. You're stuck. And while 100% are not damaged, there's some percent that when they get these vaccinations, it damages this GC molecule so that it can't combine with vitamin D3 and become this GCMAF, which is what your body would use to do things like fight off cancer cells, which occur naturally. It's one of those things that God created to vacuum up things. And there was a company that had found out how to manufacture this, and that company is no longer able to provide that to the public. So it's a multi-pronged war on everybody, but it's especially targeting the kids, and public schools even a part of it because of indoctrination. And I remember, my days being in the Air Force with the old Soviet Union there. they, wanted to get the kids early, because if they were indoctrinated early, they almost never got around it. We have a caller, Mike from Tennessee. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. I wanted to ask Silent Night if he would explain what he was talking about when he said that don't give them permission, or I can't remember exactly, but you're basically explaining how you do not give the courts jurisdiction or permission to do what they do to people.
Okay, well, it goes way back to the birth certificate, the Social Security number. They're all contracts, and if you are part of that contract, you have given them permission. The state has 41% of your marriage if you've got a marriage license. Of course, now, if you get married through the state, you're also unequally yoked with the other sodomites who get married through the state also. But that's 41%. Then if you get a Social Security number, they have 51% of the ownership of the person, or straw man. And then every time you get another license, you get a contractor's license or a work license or a professional license, then they get another 41% or 51%, excuse me. So, by the time you reach 40, you have given them about 280% interest in your life. And you have to be able to step out of that, and the only way to do that is to either you get rid of all the numbers and all the licenses, and sometimes you have to change your name and you have to move. And in the court system, if they put your name in all caps and you have to contest jurisdiction, you got to say, okay, wait a minute, what jurisdiction are we fighting under? And what laws are we fighting under? Well, the judge won't say. He will say, well, we're under this system or we're under that system, but they won't say exactly what system they're under. And you've got to remove that jurisdiction from them.
Okay, we're coming to a break. If you could hold that thought. John Regan, Silent Night, and Mike from Tennessee. Back after these messages.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Have you ever felt like the United States government knows way too much about your financial affairs? I continue to hear stories about property seizures, frozen bank accounts, confiscation of stocks and bonds. It makes me wonder if the U.S. citizen will ever again have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unfortunately, with the Drug and Money Laundering Act, the IRS Revenue Ruling 6045 of 1984, and the Trading with the Enemy Act and Franklin D. Roosevelt's Executive Order of 1933, some precious metal holdings are subject to government intervention. For this reason, Midas Resources has prepared a report explaining the boundaries of trading precious metals privately. Whether if you have any intention of trading with Midas Resources or not, I have instructed my representatives to give this report out free. Call for your free copy at 1-800-686-2237. When investing, always proceed with caution. Again, call 1-800-686-2237. Exercise your legal right to trade metals privately. 1-800-686-2237.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowicz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618, blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Healthy, organic, fresh fish, robust, mouth-watering vegetables, all from your home. It's called aquaponics. This brilliant, self-sustaining protein and veggie system is perfect for year-round growing. Know exactly where your food is coming from. Aquaponicssource.com is the one-stop shop for all your needs. Fish, fish food, plumbing, full systems, classes, and more. Learn to build your own system. Go to aquaponicssource.com for a free guide to aquaponics. That's aquaponicssource.com.
This is John Regan at the controls today. We have Silent Night. If you would, go ahead and complete your thought now.
Okay, we'll go back to the marriage license. When you get a marriage license contract with the state gets 51% of your production. So if you produce children, they own over half of each child. So they have permission to take your children because they belong to them already. And that's why it's important to not get licensed for these young people that are getting married. You don't need a license. It's not a law that you have to get a marriage license. And of course now, you know, we have those people in the Supreme Court who don't know the difference between a man and a woman. They are saying that the gay community can have licenses. Well, I wouldn't want to be associated with a license if they're going to get a license too. So we need to take our freedom back from where it was originally supposed to be. And one of the ways is not getting a marriage license, or if you have one, you know, agree with your wife and rescind it. Don't get a divorce, just rescind the marriage license. And then will your children belong to you again.
Mike, did you have any other questions?
Yeah, if I can take it a little bit further for the class's benefit. So if all of these people that have gotten these licenses had no clue about this, therefore the position that the government is coming after you is through fraud because you are not informed as to the consequences. How can a person argue to a court that this is fraud and that they have not made these agreements, they do not consent to this, and or how do you get rid of these licenses? Do you have to get rid of the licenses, or can you still have them and just assert that because of the fraud, you're not giving them the jurisdictional control over your family, the proceeds of the marriage, and these other things that you're mentioning?
You got me on that one. I don't know. I just got rid of everything.
How did you get rid of it?
I rescinded it, sent them a letter. I took my driver's license, my license plate, my insurance card, my trailer license plates, everything, and gave it back to the Bureau of Revenue. And even every number that had to do with me, my library card, everything, I got rid of it because now the library cards are also in the database. Yeah,
so would you send these licenses back to the issuer of the license, such as the Department of Motor Vehicles for your driver's license and the FAA for pilot's license and the county assessor or the county property or register whoever issues the marriage license?
Correct. And in doing so, you lose all your privileges according to the state. Well, you don't want privileges, you want rights. And you gain back your rights and you get rid of your privileges. And, you know, it's not as sweet sounding as I'm making it because, you know, now without a social, which I haven't had a social security number, but without social security number, you can't rent construction equipment, you can't rent a car, you can't rent a motel. There's a lot of stuff you can't do. And you can sue for a bank account, but it's pretty hard to get a bank account, a cell phone, anything without a social security number. So, you know, when you lose privileges, you lose a lot of them. But it's so much of a blessing to be free.
Well, I know it's difficult to do those things, but you actually can. I've actually rented heavy equipment, cars, and hotels without a social security number or proof of identity. But it's not easy. You just have to find vendors that are willing to do it.
Yes. And the Mennonites put out a catalog, and I'm not sure if it's still going, but it was called Mennonite Your Way. And you could travel all the way across country and stop at people's houses that were in that catalog. And you usually called or wrote in advance and told them you're going to be there. And then you give them $10 a night and $2 for every meal. And you make real good friends as you travel and not subject to the corruption.
Mike, do you have anything else?
I'm just going to keep listening, and I appreciate all the good information you guys are giving out. Thank you.
Thanks for your call. This is John Regan with Silent Night. We'll be back after these few messages.
Affordable health insurance was the promise of Obamacare, but for many, the government mandate caused more problems than it solved. And I want to tell you about a truly affordable alternative, Liberty HealthShare. Liberty HealthShare bypasses doctor and hospital panels, giving you the freedom to choose. 100% coverage up to $1 million per year per occurrence, who includes dental, vision, pharmacy, and holistic care. Call 1-800-714-6993. 1-800-714-6993. 1-800-714-6993 today.
Healthy, organic, fresh fish, robust, mouth-watering vegetables, all from your home. It's called aquaponics. This brilliant, self-sustaining protein and veggie system is perfect for year-round growing. Know exactly where your food is coming from. Aquaponicssource.com is the one-stop shop for all your needs. Fish, fish food, plumbing, full systems, classes, and more. Learn to build your own system. Go to aquaponicssource.com for a free guide to aquaponics. That's aquaponicssource.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of Ionic Silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey neighbor, what are you doing digging? You had a heart attack last year.
Oh, I know. I was told no more hard labor.
Then why are you digging?
Well, I've been taking Extendovite. It's been approved to help my heart.
Extendivite? Is that a new drug?
No, not a drug. It's more like an herbal combination made from garlic and cayenne.
Herbal? How can that help?
Well, actually, we've taken herbs for thousands of years. Extendivite is doing the job for me.
Does your doctor know about Extendivite?
Yeah, my doctor knows, and he said it seems to be working for you, so don't stop taking it. I feel great taking Extendivite. I don't want to stop.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com. That's R like rebel, R, the letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? Ourflags.com. That's ourflags.com. Go now.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Mrs. John Regan at the controls today. We have Silent Night with us this morning. You were talking about your book, and I know you'd made it available through Vincent before. Is that still in force?
Yes. It's the the Underground Railroad Returns to Disappear, and I think Vincent's the only one in the nation who can get you a copy.
Okay. And if somebody wants to get involved with the Underground Railroad, what would they do?
Well, the book outlines 19 stories of situations that have happened, and that's an easy way to learn. And then in the last couple of chapters, it tells you how to set up your own line. And a line on the Underground Railroad is like a railroad line. It's just friends of yours who want to help you and you want to help them if they get in trouble. And then they have 5 other contacts that they want to include in their line. And it spreads pretty fast and very efficient. So it's just a matter of reading up on it or doing research like people listening today. You know, they're finding out about things that they didn't know existed.
And, you know, you're talking about how, in essence, we've got a funny view of marriage today. It's not the way things used to be. In fact, licensing of marriages is a fairly modern occurrence. And it was actually part of the eugenics movement because they didn't want blacks marrying in. It's just like Planned Parenthood's part of the movement to abort the black babies, get rid of the black race. And I've done some study in the Bible. In fact, I end up pulling 20 pages of quotes, and I plan on posting that on my site in the next few weeks as part of the special report I'm working on. And one, the idea of licensing, which means when you have to license something, it means it's illegal to do otherwise without permission from the nanny state. And marriage is basically from the beginning of time. Adam had Eve, and he certainly didn't go down to the courthouse and get a piece of paper for that. And I don't have a scripture for it, but my sense of this is that marriage is a covenant. And beyond that, it's not even really a covenant between a man and a woman. It's between a man and God to take care of the woman.
Yeah.
My opinion, anyway. And even if that's not true, if you would just, look at it from that point of view before you get involved in the relationship and before you terminate the relationship, and think about who and what you're dealing with. So my 2 cents on that.
Yes. And, in the scripture, marriage was actually copulation between a man and a woman. It was, once they agreed to do that, they were married. It's like a blacksmith when he marries 2 pieces of metal. They get hot, they pound them together, and they become one. And in the scripture, Adam and Eve became one flesh. And that was the marriage.
And it's kind of interesting how science is catching up as well. There's been research done that when you have the sexual relations and exchange those bodily fluids, that especially for the woman, it changes her makeup. So, when you read that in the Bible, it's more than just, the act itself. It's actually part of your DNA.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's amazing to me, because, I grew up in the 60s, went to church like most Americans did. And there's so much in the Bible now that with the knowledge we have from technology, it's to me even more interesting that we're now just catching up to the point where we can understand a lot of what's in the Bible.
Yeah, and some of the scientists are agreeing with what is written in the Bible too, which is kind of odd because scientists are usually licensed and they get their degrees from alma mater, which is a pagan deity. But it's pretty odd that a scientist will be aware of things like that. It's interesting that they're starting to come around.
And there's, again, we could talk so many different directions on that. I remember I came across one article where scientists have discovered that the speed of light is slowing down. And it's not just that we've got better ways of measuring it now. It's beyond the era of the old ways and the new ways. And they believe that the speed of light may have been, and they put it in scientific terms, 10 to the 10 times faster, which means 1 billion times faster than it is now. And that really has ramifications for, an old universe versus a new universe. Because if you got this hockey stick style chart where the speed was 1 billion times faster than now, and you get that rapid slowdown, it curves, and then it, almost goes, parallel with the axis there. And when you try to do a linear backtrack on that, instead of making that, hockey stick up, you're now backtracking billions of years that weren't really there. So there's a number of ways that science, whether they want to or not, is proving the Bible.
Yes, and if you have millions of years ago, the sun would have cooked the earth to the place where nothing would have evolved, nothing would have lived. If the speed of light is slowing down, so is the heat. And if the sun was a lot hotter millions of years ago, which didn't exist back then, but it would have cooked everything.
So I know we took you down a few rabbit holes there. What else did you want to get to today?
Well, I want to get back to there's a couple of websites that like people who have children and older people too that are taking care of their parents. Parentsrights.org is probably the best way to defend yourself when your children are kidnapped. I spoke to the fella who him and his first wife are in control of that, and it's probably the only lawyers that can get their children back. And then there's another one, which is medicalkidnapping.com. If you want to find out a lot of the horror stories of what's going on in kidnapping, they have a bunch of stuff every day. And it's kind of, it makes you mad, makes you angry, might make you want to kill. But those two sites are very, very interesting. And one thing, when I was at the expo, I gave lessons to originally the lessons were supposed to be for the young people on how to make blowguns to defend yourself against kidnappers. And the surprising thing was, everybody that went by, except for about 6 college students, everybody that went by, even the older people that were, older than us, were interested in making these blowguns. And it's not illegal except in Massachusetts and Canada to have a blowgun. And can you imagine if the kidnappers came out to your house and you have 5 children and 4 of them have a blowgun and they come around the corner of the house and nail the kidnappers? They're going to turn around and run if they can even get off the ground. And another good way for families to defend themselves is have a can of wasp spray in their automobile, not where the sun can get them, but where your son can get them, and have a can of wasp spray near the front door. And if somebody wants to kidnap your children, give them some free wasp spray. I mean, it's good to share. And they're not going to do it. Now, you figure, well, I'll go to jail. Well, for what they're going to do to your family and what they're going to do to your children, you're going to wish you had gone to jail. And it is torment of what goes on in the family courts and so forth. The judges are not arbitrators. They are on the side of the kidnapper. And so I recommend, if you got a blowgun or if you've got a wasp spray, it's cheap, $6, $7 a can. It shoots 25 feet, some of the better ones. And defend yourself. America is the only country where parents won't defend their children with their life. And I think that's really sad that parents would just give their children to the kidnapper. And another thing is, like Vincent and I said in the past, don't open the door. Talk to them through a window and then don't talk to them very long. And if you have a way to put together a line on the Underground Railroad, do it now, because once they come to your house, it's pretty hard to set it up later.
And it's like everything else we do in preparedness. You need to have it set before the event. We have another caller, Mark from Philly. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Silent Night. I appreciate you there, the great aggregator.
And we have a break. This is John Regan with Silent Night and Mark from Philly. We'll be back after the break.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit usaprepares.com. That's usaprepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. usaprepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
It's so lonely here. I can barely stand it. I'm waiting for you to stroke your keys and unload over at gcnlive.com/community. Oh, come on. I know you have things to share, and there's a whole place waiting for you to share them. Light some candles, pour yourself a drink, and get cozy. Log in at gcnlive.com/community. Lots of people are satisfied. Why not satisfy yourself at gcnlive.com/community? I'm waiting. Get out of the friend zone at delicious.com.
Serious investors and traders want to make an 81% return in 60 seconds. We can show you how using our free tool. Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars in profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple, my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Best part, it's 100% free. Go to richmoneyrich.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. richmoneyrich.com. That's richmoneyrich.com.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy. If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off of your entire order. And give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while, but once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash. Put it to rest. Get a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. We protect your online image by helping to make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com, because word travels fast. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
This is John Regan sitting in for Vincent today. Mark, if you would, please continue.
I want to acknowledge you for the great work you're doing, John, to keep us abreast of all these challenges that are coming at us from a lot of different directions. And I appreciate Silent Night for helping us to learn how to better see in the dark. We're in a culture there's so much BS coming at us, and it's been coming at us for a long time, that we've been culturally conditioned to forget who we really are as individuals. to basically forget our soul, to forget how to get in touch with our soul, which informs us, which is tremendously wise, has tremendous creative capacity and tremendous healing possibility. And when people who are in touch with that get into work together and, cooperatively, there's nothing that can't be accomplished. But they've sought, the powers that be, the evil powers that be, have sought to divide us right down to, our own personalities, our own person, our own self. And we're living in an artificial construct that's got multiple layers. And it's no wonder that so many people are confused and knowing which way to turn and what's really going on. I personally was adopted, and I was at one point in the foster system. And anyway, it turned out that the family that I was adopted into became very, very successful in the material sense. And but it turned out that that family also was destroyed by the villain who would have been the patriarch, who had a secret agenda for my little sister. And it ended up destroying our family. And so I carry a name of a man who I despise. And so this happened to me quite a while back. I'm probably pretty close to your age, John. And I was also in the military like yourself. Anyway, I had to get in touch with a long time ago about what's really, really going on with this whole thing, because my internal GPS system, my reference points were all screwed up. And, because this culture is screwed up, because John, there's still people going around in America thinking they're free. Can you believe that? You think it's possible? They still think they're free. It's amazing.
Just so you know, we only have a couple of minutes left, so make your point for Silent Night.
Okay. So the deal is I understand where Silent Night's coming from with this unhooking yourself from this false construct. But then the thing is organizing people in such a way, informing them and organizing them in such a way that enough people do it cooperatively and almost seemingly simultaneously, where we stand up and we just say no. We have to learn how to say no and mean it. I once learned from an older mentor. He once told me, he says, Mark, if you can't say no and mean it, your yeses don't mean a damn thing. So we have to learn how to say no. And I challenge my fellow listeners, my friends out there, to say no to big government, to say no to corporations, the mega corporations, to say yes to yourself, to say yes to your family, to say yes to your community. Take it back. Take it all back. That we've been swindled for a long time, and it's about time we stood up to this. And I appreciate you guys being there to, go down the rabbit hole and help us figure out, the truth from the falsehoods. And so I don't know that I have any questions except for how do we organize? That's the challenge. I appreciate knowing all these threats, but it seems like a lot of the alternative just keeps talking about all these threats. Well, do we get it yet? We're at war, and the war is for the soul. It's for our DNA. They're coming after our DNA. The glyphosate, this recent deal about the alternative doctors, the immunization. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. How do we organize? That's the question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Silent Night, do you have anything real quick?
Yes, if you want to find out people who are organizing, you have to find out the places where they frequent, which is generally small health food stores, things like that, chiropractors. Then you might get some information where they're meeting.
Okay. Thank you for being with us today. It's John Regan. I'll be back after the top of the hour.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. you can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit guns80.com, guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com, that's R like rebel, R, the letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? Ourflags.com, that's ourflags.com. Go now.
This is your captain, John Regan, sitting in for Vincent today. Vincent is out getting his farm ready for winter, and he'll be back, we're expecting, on Friday. And we will have the Monday meetup as usual, and that has not been updated on usaprepares.com yet. I don't know if Vincent's going to get to that this weekend or not, but there is a meetup, but I do not know the topic. With us for the second hour, we have Rich Scheben. We talk a lot about preparedness here and what we need to do. Well, Rich actually stepped out and made that move to Montana. Well, good morning, Rich.
Good morning, John. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing wonderful.
Who complains? After the theater of watching the debates last night, it pretty much confirmed that we all need to be more prepared, especially the middle class, because it's pretty obvious that they're not going to fix things unless you're part of the elite class.
Yeah, I didn't even bother listening. I've caught enough of them saying how they'll do everything they can to make America great, when I've shown that it doesn't matter who's in office. There's no way we can avoid a financial collapse. And like I say, unfortunately, that's going to be sooner rather than later. I can't give you a specific date, but I'm one of those that's if there is not a market crash in the September-October time frame, I will be surprised. I think the question is how big a correction we're going to see. The S&P 500 has a larger bubble than it did before the 2008 crash. And normally when you see a rise, it ends up losing that amount. So that means that when it does correct, it's probably going to be percentage-wise a bigger correction than it was. So I think we're looking, at the best case, a 2008 style correction. It could be a 1987 style correction. And some charts suggest it could even be a 1929 or worse style correction. And either way, you need to have your seatbelts fastened and get ready for a wild ride. Mm-hmm. And you're certainly in a good position to do that.
Well, and that's why I'm trying to share ideas and solutions with people. And, going back to the debate last night, if I may take a few moments just to share my opinion with your listeners, John, it's pretty obvious that it was mostly theater. And I'll give some examples that they don't talk about, especially regarding ideas and solutions. Rand Paul, he got the short end of the stick as far as time. So it's pretty much, even Trump admitted that he can buy pretty much everybody. And, the corruption and manipulation that goes on in every aspect of big government and the big oligarchies it's pretty easy for them to do because 6 corporations own 95% of the media. There was no questions about the central banks and the corrupt monetary system, which you were just alluding to. Thomas Jefferson warned us that the banks were much worse than standing armies, and that is coming to fruition, unfortunately. Nobody addressed the savings rate versus spending rate, especially for the middle class, which has basically no savings left. You can't have a prosperous middle class with freedom and liberty if there is no saving. There was no talk about fixing America from the bottom up instead of the top down. There was no talk about a separate set of rules, laws, and accountability based on what group you're in, whether it be a protectionist group or a victim group. There no talk about the corrupt judges and how we need common law in lieu of the system that we have now. No talk about backing currency with tangible assets. No talk about the middle class dollars pouring into the stock market to give this illusion of a healthy economy or any middle class quality of life or parameters or anything that could liberate the middle class. They didn't address fascism. They talked about big government and big federal overreach and things like that, but they don't talk about the fact that the big corporate oligarchies, John, are in bed with an alliance with big government, and that creates a fascist system. In other words, there were softball questions, propaganda, Hegelian dialect, and it was all for the benefits of the status quo and the elite. And that's one of the reasons why I talk about ideas and solutions on how we need to regain some of those old 19th century skills and dovetail them with 21st century technology.
Yeah, I think what troubles me out of the headlines that I saw is Trump has been threatening, if the Republicans don't like him, he'll go third party. And a lot of young people out there, and I'm going to say people under 40, don't really remember or weren't even born yet when we had the Clinton elections in the 90s. And it's like we're living 1992 all over again. We could end up with Clinton on the ballot, a Bush on the ballot, and a millionaire or billionaire third-party candidate. And I don't think people remember Bill Clinton never got a majority vote either time. Mm-hmm. Both times, Ross Perot stepped in.
Yeah, we have no middle class representation, and that's what we need.
And I'm just afraid that, if this goes that way, Trump would just be like Perot. We'd have a giant sucking sound of enough votes from the Republican Party that Hillary would just walk in. And, not to get too much on the side note there, I do want to get in on what people can do to start taking those steps for their self-reliance.
Well, and I think people need to realize that the left-right paradigm is the false paradigm. There might be a 5% difference. I mean, you ask any baby in the jungle right now, John, and you say if Hillary Clinton became president or Jeb Bush, is there going to be much of a difference in the prosperity of the middle class? In other words, are the middle class going to be able to control their own destiny to a higher degree? And I think most people who do any reading and research will tell you that it's not going to make a difference. So what we need to do to prepare is, first of all, folks, we have to realize that the middle class burden is exceptional. It's overwhelming. And we need synergy in lieu of division. We have to stop letting the powers that be divide us by different groups, whether it be skin pigmentation, gender, who or what you have sex with. It's gotten to the point that we're so splintered. We are the divided states of America. So we need to share ideas and solutions with one another. It could be about off-grid living, alternative energy, trading heirloom or open-pollinated seeds, giving suggestions on how to do raised bed gardening, how to build soil. John, most Americans don't realize that when they go to the store, so many vegetables, if they are produced or grown here in America, they don't have the proper vitamins and minerals because of our soil has been depleted of these properties. Because commercially, chemically, mechanically, our soil's been beat to smithereens. So we need to eat healthy in order to get these vitamins, minerals, and especially enzymes, which means we have to eat raw vegetables during the summer months that have immune stimulant properties that help fight off things like cancers and tumors and create a homeostasis in our body. In addition to that, a lot of us eat processed food and vegetables from other countries. That could be GMO. They could be pesticide. Heck, they could be GMO here, John. We don't even have to label GMO foods in America. So my acronym is SARP, synthetic, artificial, refined, and processed. Try to do everything in your power to minimize that, to be healthy. But we have to start thinking about what's really important. Things like food, like water, like shelter, like synergy, like safe neighborhoods, and living off-grid, or at least taking baby steps towards living off-grid. You could put solar panels on the top of your roof. You could and dovetail those with reducing prices for your energy consumption, because let's face it, Obama's and the EPA are going to do everything to eliminate coal plants and make things as expensive as possible on the middle class. You gotta remember, the super wealthy who control the central banks, who control everything, they're not going to get hurt. Everything's being paid for by the middle class. That's who's divvying up all the scraps to the people, whether they be refugees, illegal immigrants, criminals, it doesn't matter. The middle class is paying for everything. So what we need to do is start thinking outside the box to create options so we can control our own destiny to a higher degree, John.
Yeah, and you talk about immigrants there. Last week they just put out the most recent Social Security trustee report. And in their projections, starting with this year, they were projecting 1.4 million immigrants. The way they broke that down, it was nearly 800,000 legal immigrants. And the rest of those, 600,000 are called other. I guess that's a new synonym for illegal and refugees there. And even at the lowest point, they're still projecting over 1 million immigrants per year as far as the eye can see. And when you look at the employment situation, most of the employment gains since 2000 have gone to immigrants, not to Americans. And that's part of the reason why the labor participation rate is so low.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reasons for that. And when you look at amnesty, a lot of immigration procedures that's happened in Congress, they've been done. Even Obamacare, they've been passed by Republicans as well as Democrats. That's why I say this: the left-right paradigm, John, is a false, phony paradigm.
Absolutely. This is John Regan with Rich Scheben. We'll be back after this commercial break.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while. Even very smart, very accomplished people. It's part of being human. A quote taken out of context, a legal problem, an unfortunate photograph. Once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash because people love to dig up dirt, even when it's not real dirt. Put it to rest. Call for a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. Businesses, public figures, and professionals turn to Reputation.com for good reason. We protect your online image by helping make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com. Because word travels fast. Learn more about what the experts at Reputation.com can do for you. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting. And they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays. Exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson on placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This is John Regan at the controls today. You can find links to your instructors at usaprepares.com. That's USAPREPARES. There's a link at the top for instructors. You can find my website, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. It's a lot easier clicking a link than typing it in. If you're going to try to search, I'd recommend using the words Financial State of the Union, and most of the activity takes place on the news tab on my site. And Rich, why don't you talk about your book and how they can get that?
Well, John, my book can be found on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or eBay. And I got to warn folks, too, that the powers that be are doing everything in their power to basically eliminate the messages in this book, whether I do it on the air or in the book or in the talk. For example, they've deleted 5-star reviews. It's very difficult. I've had dozens of people contact me, and they can't put a 5-star review on Amazon. It's almost like they disallowed it. They said my book has been out of stock, and they've misspelled the book title so search engines couldn't pick it up. So the powers that be, the 6 corporations that own basically 95% of the media, are doing everything to eliminate thinkers and cultivate followers.
And they like to get them young and like the Soviet Union did. And once they're indoctrinated, it's awfully hard to undo that indoctrination.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. But there's so many ways that if we had synergy and we came together as an American people and created possibly a middle-class party of the people, I think we could really make some inroads and liberate the middle class and have middle class and prosperity discussed in the same sentence again.
I don't think there's anything scarier to the people in power than self-reliant people.
Absolutely. And, what's really, folks, I hear a lot of people, and it's all human nature to complain and be negative, because I do it, everybody does it. But we have to balance the conversation out with ideas and solutions. We hear a lot about the corrupt central banks. We hear a lot about, the Bilderberger Group and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and all this corruption and the stuff that's going on with Planned Parenthood, which is absolutely terrible and disgusting, but we have to talk about ideas and solutions that's going to create independence and free-thinking Americans, because that's what our Constitution and our forefathers fought and died for. And let me just give an example. If we all came together, there's so much talk about all these stimulus packages from 2008 to quantitative easing to all these different words that they use. Basically this money goes for all intents and purposes to the big banks so they can put it into the stock market to create this illusion of a healthy economy. Basically they're feathering the nest of Wall Street and the status quo and the super wealthy. Now, what if we all got together and say, let's stimulate the middle class? And for example, John, we could have a very simple criteria. For example, if you paid 15 years of income tax or capital gains tax or property tax, let's reward the middle class for doing the right thing and give them life-changing money. Okay? Let's quantitative ease the middle class, the people who have foot the bills and foot the bailouts for all the big banks, all the insurance companies, all the solar companies, all the Wall Street, everybody that we have bailed out as middle-class Americans. Let's all get together and say, let's become our own central bank and hold the paper when we buy and sell pieces of land and be our own central bank. If we did things like that, we would increase the labor rate, we would increase the velocity of money, because people are so afraid to spend right now, and we'd increase tangible investments, things like land, silver, gold, instead of this corrupt, manipulated paper, which is, if you look at the precious metals market, John, it's an epidemic of naked shorts. I mean, it's so corrupt, and that's why the prices are going down, because they combine the physical and the paper prices. Just think, if we could control our own destiny as middle-class Americans, this country could be so much healthier and better off than it is today.
This is John Regan with Rich Scheben. We'll be back in a few minutes.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of Ionic Silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
Okay, honey, I have to ask, and be honest here. Have you been taking a little blue pill? Because things have been pretty good in the bedroom lately.
No, I swear.
You didn't pick anything up at the Pharmacia last month in Cancun?
No.
Well, something's different.
I have been taking that heart and body extract you bought me.
But that's for your heart and to control your cholesterol.
Well, I read HB extract also promotes healthy prostate function.
I never guessed it would work this well, but
you're glad it did.
Oh, yeah.
Heart and Body Extract is a 100% organic formula that promotes a strong heart, healthy arterial flow, better circulation, improves erectile and prostate gland function, and provides youthful energy, strength, and stamina. Find out more at heartandbodyextract.com. Heart and Body Extract paired with healthy heart choices is a winning combination. Call toll-free to order or for free information. 1-866-295-5305. 1-866-295-5305.
So I say to Mark at lunch, look, I keep hearing from the government that, they're worried someday ISIS may get here. And I go, duh, Garland, Texas, Muhammad cartoon shooting. ISIS is already here. I'm not waiting for these people to defend me. If they don't know ISIS is here already, they got no clue. I'm taking care of myself. Guns80.com, AR-15 kits, 30-shot magazines. Great prices. They've even got the Hillary special. Guns80.com. That's 844-2-GUNS80, Guns80.com.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
This is John Regan sitting in for Vincent today while he's working on his farm. Rich Scheben is with us this hour. And, we haven't had a whole lot of time to talk since the expo. And if you weren't there, imagine this one aisle you start walking down, and the first person you come upon is Rich Scheben. Then there's myself, Dr. Richard Allen Miller, Matt Stein, and John Moore. Yeah. How long do you think it would take you to make it down that row? And I certainly hope we have a chance to have another expo before things go totally south. And I know Vince is trying to find a private venue where that can be done. I guess the next question is whether or not things stay well enough put together that we can have one. But if you remember, there was a massage therapist across the aisle from us. And I had chatted with her a bit, and she told me about this device called a posture pump, which would do some spinal decompression type work on my back, which has helped me in the past. And probably about a month after the expo, I was able to get one of those and start using it. And that's helped my back. And another interesting side on that, I found out that Dr. Shealy had done a study on that back in 2006, which is years before I even met Dr. Shealy. So it's interesting being part of the USA Prepares family. Rich?
Absolutely. In fact, I bought a TENS unit from that gal, and she really helped me out. She had such a great attitude. I mean, I just really enjoyed everything about her. She was extremely helpful. And I don't usually do this, but I'm going to give her a little PR because she's from the Vince's area. Her name is Sandra Hahn, and the name of her business is called Thriving Hearts. And her attitude, her everything about her was just so extremely helpful, and she was fun to be around. And that's the kind of people that really create synergy in our country, and kudos to her. So. Yeah, it was a fun time. I wouldn't mind to have another expo before the crapper hits the fan. I'm sure hoping that maybe we can liberate the middle class and wake enough people up, John, and maybe create a plan B, because, we got to start asking ourselves as poor middle class Americans, why can't we have a plan B? All those people who are up there, on the theater last night for the Republican debate, they all have golden parachutes. Every one of them has a plan B, a plan C. They have enough money that they, not only do they not really give a damn about the middle class, they're not representing the middle class. Like I mentioned earlier on in the show about all the softball questions that they were getting and so many things that should have been addressed that were not. So, they're basically using Hegelian dialect and politically correct buzzwords to create a sense of hope in the people, and they're not giving specific details and plans of actions for this. And just think of the things that Obama said he was going to do for the American people. He's basically done the opposite. In fact, I just came back from Europe a few weeks ago, and the people, everybody I spoke to, they noticed two things that's happening in America. I mean, they noticed more than that, but this was repetitive. The first thing was, John, that they've never seen an American president so divisive. If you look at race indexes and gender indexes in America, we've never been more separated and far apart and divided as we are now. And the second thing that they mentioned is they feel that when you look at the statistics, that Obama's been the best gun salesman in the history of all America. So, in other words, division versus synergy. We are divided, and too many people have been drinking the Kool-Aid of political correctness for just way too long.
Another thing that I've been talking about for some time now is the drought situation, but especially covering the situation with Texas and California. Vince has talked about one of our class that their water bill in California is now $1,000 a month. Dr. Miller's talked about what's going on in Oregon. Do you want to fill us in on what's going on there in Montana?
Yeah, we're not far behind, to be honest with you, John. We've had, I've talked to people, old timers who've been here for 80 years, and they say they've never seen this kind of drought dovetailed with this kind of heat before. So it is a very scary situation. A lot of the people feel that it's a lot of geoengineering going on. I won't go too much into that, but the bottom line is that we have here, at least in northwest Montana, one of the best aquifers in the nation, because we have one of the lowest elevation of valleys here, so all the water flows downhill and fills up a really good aquifer that we have here. So we're very blessed to have that. But in places like California and Oregon and Washington, where it's really getting hit hard, and I also want to mention, I know Vince has had Deborah Tavares on, and I'm just going to give her some kudos here. She talks about in her Iron Mountain Report documentary about primary water. In fact, primarywater.org is one of her websites, that we have primary water by the Earth's mantle pretty much everywhere in the Earth. So we can reach primary water. We don't have to always get water from the rain and snow. There is primary water that we could all use. In fact, there's a lot of Middle East countries that have rivers, and Iraq is one of them, under the ground, that the powers that be are trying not to let that information out. So we do have water. What they want to do is they want to corral everybody and push them into urban, suburban areas so they can control the people. And that's just part of what's going on, is to eliminate independence, free thinkers, and self-sufficiency. And I'm trying to do just the opposite, to give people alternative lifestyles, plan Bs, and not listen to the status quo, which is coming down from very, very few people. Again, 95% of our media, folks, is owned by 6 corporations, just 6. And we need to start reading, researching, and sharing this information with others so we can help other people out.
So what steps have you taken to try to adjust to this heat and drought?
Well, this year, believe it or not, we're letting our garden for the most part rest. We have a few things planted, but not much. We're letting our soil rest because I've had this garden for 9 years. So I believe it's not a bad idea to basically add nutrition during the year that you have your soil resting, so you can have more minerals and vitamins in that soil. So that being said, I'm not watering as much as I normally would, and because I have a well, I have the ability to pump up water with my generator, and I don't use a sprinkler either, John, even though I don't have to technically pay for water as a unit of measure. I know obviously the gasoline in my generator costs money, but I never water with a sprinkler. I always water each individual plant, whether it be a flower or a vegetable, by hand with a water wand that I attach on the end of my hose. And that saves a heck of a lot of water. That this way I'm not watering paths, because I have mainly raised bed gardens. I'm not watering the grass around the gardens. I'm just watering things that need to be done. So it's just, I'm just trying to do things with common sense and logic in lieu of all these smart meters, and smart refrigerators, and smart appliances, and smartphones. Basically, I think you were a guest host several months ago when I was on Vince's show, and when I mentioned the term smart, I remember this, I'm paraphrasing, but I remember you said, just change the word smart with spy. Remember you said that, John?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, and it's so apropos here. So I believe human intelligence, common sense, and logic trumps whatever the powers that be want us to dumb down us with all this extra equipment and appliances, which not just cost us more money. There's more things that can go wrong because of the technology, and they know what we're doing when we use these smart devices. And it's simple to do, because one of the things I talk about, John, is having a balance in life between spending and saving, between hard work and cultivating your interests and hobbies and passions, but also between technology and nature. And that's what America's losing. We're losing that balance in life, folks, between technology and nature. And even things like political correctness is eliminating humor versus being serious. I'm a firm believer in always cracking a joke here and there and having as much fun as you can. And we've got to regain that balance. With 90% of us living in urban America, we're losing a lot of balances and we're losing a lot of skills. And that's what I'm trying to give people hope, that because I'm from the metropolitan area of New York City, and I spent my first 26 years there, and now I'm living off-grid in Montana, I feel that anybody can make similar moves, whether it be in baby steps or doing what I did. It's especially with what's coming down the pike economically, financially, socially, and politically, and all the corruption and manipulation that we have, the middle class is losing options on a daily basis. And as we lose the middle class freedoms and liberties, time and health, the four barometers that I feel is important to the middle class, because we can't buy back, will continue to digress, and we're going to lose options.
This is John Regan with Rich Scheben. We'll be back for the final segment in a few minutes.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet, or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, two of our top priorities are providing quality food at a reasonable price and protecting your security. When you call 800-700-2184, we will never record your phone call and never ask for your personal information, like how much food you have stored or where you keep it. We'll also never store your credit card information and email address on a computer. Your email address will never be shared or sold. We'll never limit the number of boxes you can purchase. We'll never use outside packers or use relabeled food from another company. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and everything is packed with oxygen absorbers and Mylar pouches under our direct supervision at our plant in Oregon. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from their producers in Oregon and then passing the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting. And they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays. Exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
This is John Regan sitting in for Vincent today. Just a reminder, there is a meetup on Monday, and you can find your instructors at usaprepares.com. And in fact, I'm looking at that link right now. The first section is authors. You can find Rich Scheben, fourth up from the bottom on that section. And if you scroll down a bit, the financial and legal section, I'm at the top of that list. And I'm looking at offgridmontana.com, your website, and it must be rough having to look at that scenery all the time.
You know, I admit that I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful, and that's one of the reasons why one of the chapters in the book, John, is titled The Importance of Helping Others, because when you've had some decent luck in life, or you've gained certain skills and certain perspectives based by objective facts, and you can see where we're heading as a country and be blessed with a little foresight, I think it's our obligation as Americans to try to share that information and help as many people out as we can in different ways. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Now, it looks like we have about 3 minutes left. What would you like to leave the class with today?
Well, folks, these are some of the quotes that I say on a semi-regular basis. I think it's very important that we need to regain those 19th century skills and be thinkers and not followers. We need to have light at the end of the tunnel for the middle class. We have to stand against corruption and manipulation. We have to make certain leaders or powers that be practice what they preach and stand up to threats, intimidation, shaming, bribery, blackmail, and all other types of force and fear. And we have to say it like it is, because if we don't, everything that makes us happy, healthier humans is going to fade away. And you can see that happening with the things like value, appreciation, trust, respect, love, and forgiveness. It's all disintegrating in front of our eyes. And remember this, folks, the happiest people don't have the best of everything. They make the best of everything. And the wealthiest person is not the person who has the most stuff, but the person who needs the least. And I think we should all start thinking about synergy versus division, regaining those 19th century skills and dovetailing them with 21st century technology. Look into putting some solar array on your roof, possibly living off grid, raising animals, growing a garden, building your own soil. Folks, every time you cut your lawn or rake your leaves, put it in the compost pile. Every eggshell you save, coffee ground, put it in the compost pile. Before you know it, you're going to have so much soil, you're not going to know what to do with it. Build your own soil full of vitamins and minerals. Eat raw vegetables so you can, especially in the summertime, to gain these enzymes, which act as biochemical catalysts to create, move nutrition throughout the body. You know, we need to start thinking about basic needs instead of this consumerism behavior that we've had over the past on what we think really makes us happy with this material world. because everything we think we know about America is being erased and eliminated, especially our traditions, our heritage, and culture, and everything that made us great is being ripped out from underneath us like a rug being pulled out from underneath our feet. So we need to start thinking, sharing, reading, and researching what's going to make our life better. And think of the basic things. Think of the things that really make a difference. And for you young people who might be listening, think about off-grid living and learning alternative energy and some of these skills, building greenhouses, and some of the basic skills that we've lost as Americans, and how you can dovetail those into a business and really be an asset to the people of America.
In many ways, technology and industrialization made us lazy. And I think the important thing is to, learn how to raise your own food and get back to raising your own children. And don't worry about trying to do it all at once. Just take it a step at a time. Rich Scheben, thank you for being with us. This is John Regan. Thank you. John Regan standing for Vincent. Honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.